Hello, welcome to the Perfect 20 Pilates class. This is the second instalment of the 20-minute Pilates classes. Thank you for the feedback I'm getting on these so far, by the way. Okay, so this is a no equipment class. If you have a Pilates ball, you can put it between the knees whenever you like. You can also just use it for a pillow if you just want to give your neck a little bit of a rest. My aim is to do very different body parts, or the less intense on some of the body parts that we've already worked. If you've just done the strength workout or you're about to do the strength workout, then you'll know what I mean. So basically there's no bridging in this class because you'll know why if you're about to do the strength class. So we're going to come onto all fours. We're going to spread out our fingers. And just as an aside, something I do talk about in the strength class is how important it is, and one of the benefits of doing Pilates with weights, that we know how to stabilize our abdominals. So I just would like to revisit that very briefly and then help you link it to your weight training classes. We're going to push the palms into the floor, and rather than letting the shoulders just be soggy, we want to feel yourself kind of pushing away from the mat. Push your shins down into the floor and take a deep inhale breath through the nose. As you breathe out, we're going to hollow out the tummy by lifting the skin of the belly away from the panel of your trousers and then feeding a little bit extra through the pelvic floor and the ribs. I call it like a squelch, like we're using our abdominals like it's a sponge. And then we're going to release it like an inhale breath. So imagine you're doing a squat or a deadlift. How your belly is right now, there's no core stability there. So if we're performing our deadlift or our squat and we start to hollow out the tummy in this way, and we would be breathing out on exertion, so when we're coming up in a squat or coming up from the deadlift, take another inhale breath. This is going to help us perform those exercises with a very strong set of corset muscles, which is just what we need. Round the spine, send your head through the arms. And it's in daily life as well. Once we get used to using that with our weight training, you'll be using it all the time. It will be something that you automatically switch on when you're lifting something heavy, which we don't just do when we're working out often. Release one more time. Exhale to round the spine. We're now going to just keep that rounded spine as you just take a seat back and really stretch out the arms. Pressing the forehead down. Tuck the tailbone under as we round through the spine. Rest your hands onto your thighs and open the collarbones. We're going to just do that one more time. Walk the hands forwards, forwards, forwards. Just collapse, hold. And then we're going to walk the hands backwards or just drag them in. And hands on the thighs as we lengthen the spine. Okay, let's come onto our side now. Let's get some side work done. Because of the intensity of these kind of perfect 20 workouts, I thought it would be nice to have you on your elbow for this, because it just means we can really find those deep core muscles I was just talking about, the stabilizers. What keeps you in this position as opposed to that position is that corset zipping in and up. So everything is switched on right now. We're going to lift the top leg and lower. Lift the top leg and lower. This isn't probably too hard. What it does do, though, that I love about Pilates as well is, like I've said before, we get the side work that we don't get as much when we're performing squats and deadlifts. Obviously, these glute muscles have to work, but these are specifically isolating those muscles, and I think they always need a good seeing to. I'm going to do 4 more. Keep zipped up. So we could start to lose that now, but we're not. We're purposely using the upper back, the shoulder blade and the abdominals. 3 and 2 and 1. Now leave the leg here and fully push the heel away, fully extend it. Kick, kick, point, and then take it back. Now pause for a moment and notice this lovely long line that we open up here. Kick, kick, push away, opening up. Now notice if you're swinging forwards and backwards or doing the opposite. We want to keep, this is pelvic stability. This is what I'm talking about. It's the ability to move your limbs without having to rock through the pelvis. It's not easy, and actually that's why I'm keeping this leg bent, because it makes it a little bit easier. So we're trying to keep the pelvic movement minimal. Kick, kick. But what this does is it releases the hips, which feels great. Pull back, last one. Kick, kick, pull back and release. Now let's come on to our side. I'm going to rest on my hand. It just means your shoulder blade gets a break. So we've done 2 exercises up on the shoulder blade. I'm going to straighten both legs. I'm going to bring them towards the front corner of the mat. Relax the toes. Lift the top leg and push that bottom foot and leg down into the mat. If you now pull your top leg back, we've got like a V shape between our legs. So I'm actually just going to bring my bottom leg a little bit further forwards to anchor it more. By the way, you can bend the knee. Those abs are still on, even though we're down on the mat. We're going to bring those long toes forwards, up. Now, at this point, I'm pulling my leg back, but I haven't flung myself to the floor. You need to find your maximum. My maximum and your maximum are going to look quite different. What we're trying to get here is a full rotation through the hips, but yours might not look like mine. Okay, let's reverse it. So we're going back, up, down, and around. Notice where it feels tight for you. 3 more times. Notice how hard your tummy's working. And 2, and 1, and leave it there. We're going to leave the leg now at this angle. One more exercise. If you can find your external rotation, that's my parallel, that's my external rotation. We kick up and press. We kick up and press. So because we've got the legs slightly forwards, we're hitting a gorgeous angle of the bum. So I did say we weren't doing any bridging today, but we're still working the other angles of our bum. 4 more. 4, and look at the point flex if you haven't noticed. 2, and 1, and bend both knees. Grab the top foot, lie down on your arm, push the thigh bone back as you tuck your tailbone under to give you a gorgeous stretch. And we are going to do a mermaid transition on the way up. Rest your legs down. Use your hand on your arm to help bring you up. And let's leave the legs swung to the side, or you can open them up like so. Bring your arm up to the sky. I've got my right arm up to the sky. So if you're mirroring me, you're probably using your left. Lengthen and come over into a stretch. Such a gorgeous mermaid stretch. Remember, with all this weight training that we're doing, it's really important to give our bodies time just to stretch. Coming up. We don't really want to be weight training. 3 times a week is perfect. 2 times a week works. Even 1 time a week is amazing, but we don't want to be doing much more than 3. And then we're going to do 1 more time because it feels so good. And then just release. All right, we're on to the other side. On your elbow, please. All right, we're not going to trace the leg, are we? We're going to push into the arm, zip up through the abdominals, and this is what we're doing. We're going to lift and lower the leg. Keep the tummy muscles tight. We want to be activating the back of the shoulder, the waist muscles, finding the side of your bum. After this, we've got the fabulous abdominal series to do. Lift and lower, with one thing in between before that. Because after sideline, it's nice to do a little bit of back extension, so we've got that next. And then the ab series, and then you're done. Okay, here we go, 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2. Keep pushing through, and 1, and release. Okay, now lift it and push the heel away. Parallel leg, don't turn out. Parallel leg, tummy tight. Kick, kick, and open. Remember what we said, we're opening up the hip flexors as we take the leg back. Kick, kick, and back. Kick, kick, and pull back. What we get with this one is the mobility. It's a moving stretch. We don't just hold a static stretch. In fact, we rarely do that. We do that every now and again. But what we want to be doing is keeping these mobility stretches, or emphasizing them. They're helping with all the weight training work that we do, getting lower in our squats or deeper in our squats, feeling more than we may normally feel. And pull back. Aim for your nose. Kick, kick. 2 more. Kick, kick. 1 more. Kick, kick. And then release. Let's come and lie down. 2 exercises to go. So we're going to start by straightening the legs and bringing them slightly forwards of the body. So you've got that banana shape. Lift the top leg, Bring it back. So we've got our legs in like a V shape. The bottom leg pushes down and the top leg comes away a little bit in line with your bum. You should feel a swish in your bum. Find your turnout if you can. That's it. Oh no, I meant to do the circles, see? I'm filming this live. Circles. I know you were shouting that at me. Up and over. We're going to do 6 circles. We're going to have fun with our point flex in a minute though, don't you worry. We want to really go through the hip, finding your range. If you're looking at me thinking, how does she get that range? It is literally practice. One more time, this way. It's literally practice, but I will tell you, this is my tighter side. So you can't see, but I'm like gripping the mat because I do find this quite a burny exercise. It really does go right up into the bum. But I do believe that if we don't do these exercises, the ones that we find uncomfortable, then we're not really helping ourselves. Plus, it gives you a little bit of resilience. Woo, that's it. Last one, release. Okay, so both legs are forwards. We're going to do the point flex now. So lift the leg, find that turnout, point and press. Point and press. This is like flushing everything out of the leg and just getting those last little, if we've missed any muscles at all, we're finding them again now. Kick up and press. Kick up and press. 4 more. 4 and 3. Flushing all those muscles out. Really activate through the leg. Release. Well done. Have a breather. I'm going to pull. You can lie down if that's more comfy. Pull the leg back as you tuck the tailbone under more. We've got some gorgeous mermaid stretches to come. Release your legs. Carefully bring yourself up to a seated position with your legs folded over to one side. Left arm up. If you're mirroring me, this will be your right arm. Long arm. Coming up and over into your mermaid. Carefully bringing the arm up. We go again. Inhale and exhale. Oh, that gorgeous stretch. And lift. You got one more. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to do a little bit of back extension work now. And release. So if you'd like to come into a child's pose stretch once again, let's take those knees a little bit wider and you can just spread out your arms. If your forehead can touch the floor, let it come down. If it can't, fold one arm over the other and you can rest your forehead down like that. Otherwise, just take a moment to stretch. It's good to pause every now and again. And now we're going to come and lie on our bellies. Let's come and lie down. And I'd like you to have your arms down by your sides with your forehead down, if that's comfortable for you. Okay, now we're going to push the legs down into the floor and you're going to push your glutes down into the floor. That's going to get all those corset muscles and glute muscles stabilizing you. We keep the knuckles down, okay? So I prefer you don't look at me now. I'm going to try and describe as well as I can. I want you to pick your shoulders up off the floor, drag the abdominals in and up, as we just lift the upper body off the mat. So the knuckles have stayed down. We're scrolling the shoulders back. And this is a really good way to check on how your back feels. This absolutely uses your back release. It uses your lower back, but doesn't mean it should hurt you. We inhale, we exhale, we come up. Pull the shoulders back. Lengthen the arms, but keep the knuckles down. You just use that little bit of resistance. And release. 2 more. Exhale. So your legs are active here. They're not soggy. They're really helping give you that extra little bit of lift. And release. 1 more time. Exhale. Keep the knuckles down. And then release. Just look to one side and relax everything for a moment. Okay, we're about to repeat that. This time the arms are coming up. So let's go. We inhale. Scroll the shoulders back. Now we lift the arms. And imagine you're just pushing the ceiling away with your palms, activating the backs of the arms, and then we release down. Exhale, scroll the shoulders back, abdominals tight. And release. 2 more. Scroll and lift. And down. Last one. And down. And then come back for a stretch. Take a little breather. All right, the best bit, the abdominal series. So come onto your back. Let's start by hugging the legs in towards your chest. Just to release any tightness through the lower back. Now this abdominal work that we're about to do is Pilates, obviously, but I want you to be linking it to moves we might do with our weights in other classes, where I require the same kind of core connection, or I'm cueing very similarly. Because I really do want to start bridging, if there is any gap between the two, where you really link your Pilates and your weight training and vice versa. So let's bring those legs to a tabletop position. All these exercises can be done with the feet down, by the way, or with the head down if you prefer to keep it down. If you have your Pilates ball, have it handy. It might be nice just to put under your head. All right, we've got our single leg stretch. So we're going to find those abdominal muscles, pull the belly away from the panel of your trousers. That's to stop you pressing your lower back into the floor. That's going to give you that connection. On your out breath, we're going to curl up. 2 hands on the right shin as the left leg pushes away. So we've got like a kind of upright row or bicep curl going on in the arms. Abdominals are tight and we switch. And we're making our legs rigid without pushing through the knee and focusing on the muscles popping out of the trousers. That's what we want as that leg lengthens. Point the toes as well. That's going to add more length. Pull the knee in towards the chest. 4 and 3. So your arms are working and your legs are working. 1 more and then relax down. We've got double leg stretch. So we're going to curl up again and we're going to find our tuck. That doesn't mean say that we lift the tailbone. It stays on the floor, but we tuck. We hollow out the belly, strong arms, strong legs. Push and catch. Push and catch. Push and catch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull back. Okay, we've got our scissors now. So we're going to bring our legs back to a tabletop. If you hold onto your thighs and push your thighs into your hands with a slight bend in the elbow, you can't not feel arm activation here, as if you were doing something with your weights. Your legs and that resistance you're creating are your weights. But at the same time, you're also pulling your abdominals into the floor. Curl up, right hand on both shins, lower the left leg. Now we've got that feeling of a deadlift here, single leg deadlift. Pull, pull, switch, pull, pull, switch. I struggle to get my legs dead straight. We just do our best, don't we, with what we've got. Bend those elbows, work those biceps, work those shoulders. Pull, pull. Hold it here, ready for a bit of flow. Switch. We're going to do 8 switches. Just switch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, we have got 2 more exercises and then a little bit of TLC before we go. Legs to tabletop position. Interlace the hands behind the head. We're not going to do lower and lift, by the way, if you're anticipating that. Bring the elbows into your peripheral vision. One of the reasons why we're not doing it is just because if you've been doing the strength workout, if you're doing it straight after, I want to keep your back, whether you've done it before or after, I want to keep your back a little bit safer. So we're going to do toe taps instead, but don't worry, I'm going to make it very challenging. So you've curled up, your ribs are towards your hip bones, and we're just doing slow toe taps. Keeping the knees bent just takes basically all the pressure out of your back. We're curling up, we're staying up. Try taking the hands off. Keep breathing out to pull the thigh bone back in. Take a break whenever you need to. Some of us can stay up here for ages. Some of us need to have a lie down. And of course you can do this lying down as well. Keep going. Okay, we're going to stop. We're going to reset. And we're going to speed up. Speed those legs. Fire them up. You're not pulling on the neck. Your head is heavy in the hands. We're still in our rigid 90-degree angle with our legs. Switch, switch, switch. Arms off. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Whew. Okay, ready? We're not done. Take the hands back behind the head, legs to tabletop position. Zip in and up, curl up, right leg in, left leg long. I'm looking at you, elbows are still wide. We switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and done. Relax. Let's take a well-deserved full body stretch. Stretch those arms, stretch those toes, and then push the heels away. Point those toes, and then stretch. And then just return the hands back to the floor. Bend your knees. Let's take those legs wide, the width of our mat. Open the arms up wide, and let's go into those deep internal and external rotations. Up and over. Up and over. It's this back leg. It's, for me anyway, I can really feel the stretch coming from the ribs all the way down into the thigh. But I know some people don't get such a sensation, or you might have one on one leg more than the other. Nevertheless, just by internally and externally rotating your legs, you're getting a really good stretch. But you'll notice in the strength workout, the second installment, I do something called a 90-90 mobility leg move, which is very similar to this. And you might think, oh, why didn't she just give me this? It's because we're doing this now. But this is a really good option if when you get to that, you're not so sure. But give the 90-90 a go as well. It's the same idea, internally and externally rotating. 2 more. Feels so good. It's great for our squats, our lunges, our deadlifts, all that work. And then just release. Okay, bring the legs back to parallel. I said no bridges, so we're going to do this instead. We're going to hug the right leg in towards your chest and stretch the left leg long, tuck the tailbone under. So if we were up in a bridge, we would be opening up our hip flexors. We're going to do this down on the floor. If you have a ball, you can put it, you'd come up into a mini bridge, put it underneath your lower back and plop onto it, because we're going to be doing a few of these. So slide the left heel back in, right foot down. Hug the left leg. Slide the right leg and hold it, tucking the tailbone under just to open up the front. So bridges give us that, but we're doing that without having to actually work our muscles too much. Slide the leg in and switch. So if you're on a ball, you can still be doing the switch, sliding your heel against the mat, tucking the tailbone under to give you a little bit more. Switch. Hold that stretch 2 more times, and then you're done. Really, this is also great for the hinge work, for all the squats really, squats, deadlifts, all that work we've been doing. Okay, 1 more time. This is it. And then just release. I'm going to roll onto your side. And I just want to say a massive thank you for joining me in these 20-minute workouts. Do let me know what you think of them. I think you can leave a comment even if you want to. Otherwise, just message me and I will speak to you soon and train you soon. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.